Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of November 4th to the 10th. Leo, this week we have the Unbound Oracle card. We have the Chariot, the Devil, the Star, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the King of Swords. A very significant reading for you, Aries, with half the spread Major Arcana. The more Major Arcana, the more significant the reading, the more closely it ties to the life lessons, to the karmic themes that we go through in order to evolve throughout our life. We have definitely a situation, a heaviness, a darker energy that needs to be released in order for you to truly heal and move forward. This is not just you guys going through this. This is a massive universal theme at the moment. We are ascending as a race. I don't know what you believe, but I do believe this. And as part of that ascension, as our frequency increases in its level of vibration, we can't withstand the darker energies at the moment. So a lot of them are coming up to be released, and sometimes we kind of re-experience them as part of that process. So I'm just going to start off by reading your oracle card here, Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, past lives. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you're ready to release, ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It's now time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from the trauma of past lives. It's all in those words there, Leo, all in those words. If you're hanging on to something from the past, it doesn't have to be past lives, it can be from childhood even, or it might be a situation that you're in now, but it is time to release that toxic energy. Here we have, recent past here, Leo, we have the Devil and we have the Ten of Wands. So, devil energy, it's a situation that has weighed heavily on you. It's a situation of toxicity. It can be a codependent relationship. It can be an addiction, maybe too much alcohol, too much overeating, gambling, something that's really holding you back from getting, from moving forward in a positive new direction. It can be a toxic friendship that literally kind of sucks the life out of you. It can be, your financial issues. It's that kind of stuff, But with the Devil energy, there's that reminder of you can release yourself from it. I mean, these people are chained, but the chains are loose enough to free themselves. So it's time for you to ask yourself, is there a payoff for the cost? If it's a relationship, maybe you are getting, the financial abundance that comes from living in a house of two people, so you're willing to put up with the toxicity because of that. But that's just not sustainable, Leo. It's not sustainable, because over time it sucks your vital life force, your energy, and you can't reach your full potential that way. So the Devil energy, it keeps you under its hypnotic gaze, but we really need to rise above it, because it is time to release that burden at the Ten of Wands there, Leo. The Ten of Wands is about a situation that's, weighing heavily on your shoulders. It's a burden to you, but you might not realize that because you're used to carrying it. You're used to carrying around this weight. Some of you might have been carrying it around since childhood. This could represent childhood trauma that's coming up to be healed. It could represent childhood trauma that has tarnished and tainted all of your interactions with people and relationships from then forward. Well, it's time for it to go, Leo, because we're moving into we're ascending into a new earth at the moment. We don't need that. We need to release it. Because the thing is that by holding on to those toxic energies, it's clouding your vision. It's clouding your vision for moving forward. I mean, this person here who's carrying that heavy load, he might know his way home by putting one foot in front of the other. He kind of knows the direction. He can tread a well-worn path, but he couldn't navigate to somewhere new because he can't see where he's going. He's just staying small in his little pattern of, I know how to get from A to B and back again, from work to home. But what about a new path? What about treading the road less traveled, Leo? There's so much more out there for you to explore, but you can't see it because you're carrying something toxic. Something is clouding your vision. But this week, Leo, there's something that's going to shift with that. There is some sense of having finding that mental clarity through, being able to see things for what they are. I mean, the King of Swords is a visionary. He is powerful. He can see, he can see a situation for what it is, and using that sword of power, that sword of victory, he can start to slowly cut the energetic cords of that situation to free himself, herself, gender and specific, guys. And through doing that, there's great transformation. See the butterfly there? There's transformation on offer. And it's also, going to stop you from playing small in your life. I mean, look at the king here. Look at the scale of him. Through seeing clearly, through making clear decisions for our lives, through establishing new boundaries, through starting to transform in that way, we grow energetically. We grow beyond that situation. And the Six of Swords here, I feel like, a lot of you guys are just ready to move on from that situation. You're ready to sail into a new future that's calmer waters, more emotional stability, less of the traumatic emotions that come from holding these burdens and reliving it every day, re-traumatizing ourselves. Yeah, there might be a sense of sadness in actually releasing a situation, even if it is toxic, because it's what we know, and what we know is safe. But in order to get to the next level in life, Leo, we need to be unbound. We need to release those contracts and soul patterns. And if possible, we want to do that with an empty vessel. All these swords represent the memories, the fragments of the past of that situation. If possible, we want to leave them on the shore, and we want to carry on with an empty vessel with no baggage. It's a regretful rite of passage, guys. If you can start that process, Leo, this is what's coming in for you. First, a period of healing and renewal under the star energy. The star energy is about being able to now rebalance yourself emotionally, rebalance the waters of life, becoming stable and grounded again, realigning your energetic centers. Let's see that these white stars here linked to the 7 chakras in the body, and for the first time in a long time, Leo, be able to see and hear the divine guidance. Because you were blinded and stuck, and you had the blinkers on. You were probably shut down to your intuition and couldn't hear the messages of the universe. Well, through opening up, I think you're going to start to see and hear those voices of the universe, or however it talks to you, in symbols, signs and synchronicities. And you're going to be able to follow that star forward into your new reality. It's also, make a wish on a star. There's a new beginning for you, Leo. And I think after you've sort of gone through that initial healing period, well, the sky's the limit. It's going to be strong forward movement, Leo. Now, the key with the Chariot to moving forward is to keep any areas of opposition in our life in alignment. So you'll see that this person here has a strong stone chariot. He has no reins to draw it. He just holds a magician's wand. And the Sphinx is what draws it forward, and they're kind of facing in different directions. And these can be the indecision in our minds, the inner demons that try and pull us in different directions. We need to stay strong and firm and clear, like the King of Swords, not get dragged back into toxic energy. Keep this in alignment, and then we're going to be charging forth strongly. The Chariot is a card of victory, Leo. It says you can be victorious, you can overcome the demons of your past. There may even be physical travel or relocation to a new home, to a new state, a new street, even a new country, or taking a journey home as part of this new journey, as part of this healing, as part of this renewal. But either way, this is you moving forward in your healing, moving forward into a victorious new beginning. I love it, Leo. I really do. It's time for you to release. It's time for you to be an unbound, free soul that you were meant to be. Leo, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you all the best with it. It is a general reading, so I'm not saying everyone is going to be in this situation this week. Some of you are, and that's for you. Feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to know how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.